Guys, our next bit of movie news today, again, isn't necessarily movie news, but we've known for a long time that James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is coming. It has been filmed, it is finished, they've wrapped filming on it, but kind of not entirely, as James Gunn has just released brand new set photos from the production of Peacemaker. That's right. The television show Peacemaker, we've known, is also coming. Now, Peacemaker is a spin-off of James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, starring John Cena as the titular character, Peacemaker. If you're not familiar with Peacemaker, imagine Captain America, who wants everyone to get along and play ball, but he's also kind of like the Punisher, and he will do whatever it takes. He will kill whoever he needs to kill in order for peace to exist, right? He's got good intentions, but man, oh man, does he have the wrong methodology of making these intentions wholesome and good and true. Anyway, so here in this particular article from Collider, James Gunn, director and writer of the new Peacemaker television show, has released a few set photos, and it's just the cast just kind of hanging out in the front of kind of what like a trailer, presumably Peacemaker's trailer. You can see it's all colored in red, white, and blue, same kind of colors that Peacemaker sports on his uniform. And there, we have a good portion of the cast in the film. Not being represented is Robert Patrick. I was like, oh, the T-1000, the guy who plays the T-1000. Robert Patrick not being featured there, but the rest of the crew on set just hanging out for a good, jolly, fun old time. James Gunn, of course, is wearing his COVID protection mask. I don't know. I think this is kind of fun. It's one of those things that like we knew was coming, and this character and the film, The Suicide Squad, has got to be. It's got to be incredible for them to already greenlight and start filming a spin-off television series when the movie hasn't even come out yet. Like that speaks volumes to me about the quality of the film, The Suicide Squad, written and directed by James Gunn. But it also gives me a lot of hope for what this particular series could be and might look like. Is it going to be a sequel? Is it going to be a prequel? We don't know, because we don't know the fate of Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad. He might bite the dust. He might escape. Who knows? Maybe this is a tangential mission or story that takes place during the movie. That could be pretty cool. We don't know. We have no idea what's going on with this. But all I can think of are good things when it comes to the TV show Peacemaker, when it comes to James Gunn's Suicide Squad. I see nothing but fun and action and 2 thumbs up. Now, granted, this movie, The Suicide Squad, could turn out to be garbage. It could be awful. It could be one of the things that helps productions a lot is when there's rules and guidelines set in place. But James Gunn wasn't given any guidelines. He was given carte blanche to do whatever he wanted. No rule. You can kill whoever you want. You can put any character you want in this movie. Nobody's off limits. There are no rules. You go, here's the keys to the kingdom. Go play. And this is what he's come up with. And apparently the studio believes in it so much, they've already greenlit and started production on the spinoff TV series. Mike, this gives me so much hope that this show is going to be awesome and fun and crazy. I mean, yesterday we just saw the trailer, the very first trailer for Mortal Kombat. And my, oh my, that rocked my socks. I couldn't stop talking about it. I had to show my fiance. I was like, look at this. When Sub-Zero cuts Scorpion and the blood goes flying, he froze the blood in midair and then stabbed Scorpion. Like, I lost my mind. Like, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Incredible scene.
And like coming off the heels of that, like, I think the Suicide Squad is going to be just as like fun, violent as the Mortal Kombat movie, if not more so. I don't see anything but good. I can't see anything but good things in the future for the Suicide Squad and the Peacemaker television show. What are your knee-jerk reactions here, and like what kind of confidence do you think the studio has in this thing?
Yeah, listen, I'm a huge DC fan. Batman is one of my favorite superheroes, so like I'm always rooting for like DC, and obviously sometimes I get let down in big ways. But for this, I mean, first of all, a project like this, no one else but James Gunn should be in charge. We've seen what he's done with Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's sort of like that same sort of mentality. It's like these sort of like sub B superheroes kind of all coming together to kind of like mash together and
Yeah,
save the world or do their thing, do their mission. And I really just think that this is going to be that same sort of like chaotic, fun, super silly, don't take yourselves too seriously kind of thing. And, growing up, reading a few comics here and there, watching Batman TV shows and all these things, like seeing characters like Polka Dot Man or like the
the
Thinker, like
Thinker.
seeing these
Yeah, I forgot he's in
characters.
this.
And yeah, and seeing like Peter Capaldi and like this like these really like bizarre casting choices like Peter Capaldi and John Cena and Pete Davidson. It gets me so excited. I really and knowing that already, it's sort of like the beauty of the age that we live in now, where like sort of anything will get greenlit because it's all streaming services. So like, who cares? Here's a few $100,000. Go go make a movie. Go make a TV show. So to see these sort of like B subplot characters getting their own world, I think is really exciting and also really good for DC because that's kind of how Marvel launched their whole
It's
spiel.
true.
I mean, really, before
It's true.
2008, no one knew who Thor and
Iron
Iron
Man
Man
was a
were.
joke before the first Iron Man movie came out. He was
Exactly.
people
Yeah.
forget. Everyone likes to go back and say, "Oh no, no, no! I was a big Iron Man fan." No, you weren't. Stop. Knock it off.
No. He was a man in a tin can and you didn't care about him at all. He was the poor man's Batman.
If you're
That's
familiar
all
with
he
the
was.
Illuminati
But
within the Marvel comics, the Illuminati was made up of
yes.
Iron Man, Reed Richards, Namor, Doctor Strange. Who else was Black Panther? Um,
Yep.
Iron Man was the butt of everyone's jokes in the Illuminati. He was like, nope, he was the lowest man on the totem pole. Doctor Strange
Exactly.
and Namor were kind of like the leaders of the Illuminati, and they allowed Tony Stark to become one of the Illuminati. Not, nope. Anyway, but
Yep.
yeah, to your point, like there's a
But
very good chance that that James Gunn being a part of the DCEU or whatever the new direction, new version of the DCEU is going to be, that he's going to infuse the fun that the DCEU has been missing.
exactly. Exactly. It's something I want to see DC do more. I want the DCEU. I want them to take themselves less seriously. Um, we also saw the Justice League Snyder
Yeah.
cut drop the other day. I have some mixed feelings about it, but I think that the one thing that I always say is like, stop making it so dark. Like, yeah, Batman's a dark character, but these other characters
Adam
like
West.
Superman,
Adam West wasn't a
Shazam.
dark character.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing too. Like you can make Batman fun. Like Batman should be fun too. Like and so like to see like the DCEU not taking itself seriously and just being like, yeah, we're gonna make a Peacekeeper TV show. Awesome. I'm in. Sign me up. 110%.
I agree.
Like
I
so
could
in.
not agree more. A question is for you guys: is what do you think of the set photos on the set of Peacemaker, written and directed by James Gunn? Now it goes. It needs explaining that James Gunn will not be directing all the episodes of Peacemaker. He's only directing like the first 3 or 4, but I believe he has written the entire script. Excuse me. Again, carbonation coming out through the body holes. But yeah, ladies and carbonation through the body holes. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of all this information about Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad? I'm interested to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what the mighty Thor would want you to do. For Asgard!